Welcome to the next session of Visual Communication Ideas. Today I will be showing you redesign of a slide with comparison. My name is Peter Zvirinski and I'm co-founder of infoDiagram, where we help people to design nice graphical slides. Today I'll be showing you the process of transforming this text slide to something more graphical, to slide like this. And as always, when I'm redesigning slides, I try to follow these steps. Also as a reminder for myself that I should not jump directly to the playing with the graphical details, but firstly understand the content, because that will help me to choose the right visualization form to underline the proper, the key information that my presentation slide is containing. So have a look at our source slide. So this is the actually comparison of clients' goals and company goals on several levels. So let's show this information. Let's show it also, like put it in our also visual form. And for comparison, what we could do actually is to show this, that we have these two groups that we are comparing. But even before going there, so I could start using the shapes, but before I would like to clean this slide, because if you notice, this slide is using the old font Arial, which is quite, it looks like quite old school. So the thing which I would do with this slide would be, so I removed these arrows because we're going to represent them in nicer form. Also, I would just change all these font Arial to something more modern and readable. So if we have done and have other font, better font, then Calibri is good. It's a good readable form and more modern than Arial, definitely. Also within the cleaning part, I would make this because we are comparing different levels, they are very stuck together. It looks like all is on one. So I would just change the paragraph and so increase the spacing between paragraphs. So let's make it even 12 over here. So we add more white space to the slide. So and then it's easier to add any graphics than to the slide, which is contains too stuffed text. What I would do also, because now we actually gain a space, so we don't have to represent all the points with the bullets, and also the bullets are too close to the text, so we can do quite well without bullets, and thanks to the spacing which I did. And also usually like this, the title here is the biggest, using the biggest font, but usually the content, actually this is something which I want to focus on. So the comparison, so the title is only, in this case it's only information, additional information, so I would just make it smaller. And once I have this kind of more clean slide, so I can start working with the graphics here. And so what I would do to show the comparison at the minimal form, like if you don't want to play with more shapes or something, I would just add, for example, this kind of arrow. So arrow is a simple shape, one of the shapes you can actually edit from here. If you go here, insert shape, this is the arrow which I added here, and this left-right arrow, and you just put it in the background using the gray subtle color, so it's not fighting for attention too much. Still, the text is the most important. So this is the minimal form which we could do to show there is a comparison of two groups. We can go further, underline, show more that we have these two groups, so just add one more shape in the background over here to show this. These are the client's goals and company goals. If you want to focus more on these two groups, we can add the color to them. So for example, like here, blue and red. However, maybe this is getting too much attention, and also we can consider that move from the comparing the whole blocks of the like this, we are comparing like this is whole, like arrow is containing the whole block. Maybe you can just move to certain levels, underline the levels. If you have first level, second, so just change this kind of arrow to this kind of still arrow. Actually, what I did here is I changed, let me just grab this one of the arrows here, or I'll just copy it from here, show you. So what I did, I used this arrow, made it smaller, moved it over here, and using these yellow points I adjusted its look. So this one I made them less sharp ending, and this one is for making the width of the arrow. I just made it maximum, so it's like it blends together, so that looks like that. And then I just copy it and put it under each text. So I'm still not working with text. I could actually copy text and put it in arrow, but that would be a bit more work. So let's just do it like this way. So in this way we can have simple representation of the content, still using the basic shapes. You can go further. We can maybe move it to the shapes, each shape, like put each text in separate shapes, so that would require a bit more work, but the result is more compact, I would say. So that would be the first part. So you want to have at least rough visualization. Here we analyze the content, did a basic slide design, and now if you have more time, you can play a bit more with the content, add some beautification, some more graphical elements to make slides very, very interesting and more like informatics, infographical one. So we have this slide. What we can do further, we can add some more advanced visualizations. So for example, replace this middle part with for example, with spiral graphics, or add this kind of subtle elements like this circles here, which will create more, the more unique design. And usually as the last thing which I add, which helps the reader to understand all these concepts which I'm presenting, is adding icons. Icons are a very good way to represent concepts. Also, they'll help audience to remember specific concepts. So it takes a bit more time to choose icon for each item you have, but the effect is worth it. So if you have more time, it's worth to invest a bit of time. What is important to use one consistent set of icons. So like here I used the outline icons and representing each of these five differences on each of the groups of company goals and client goals. So that will be my final slide. So you could see that using this process, we've starting with the content analysis, did a basic slide design, and finished with the beautification. And so we were able to move from this slide to this, which is much more graphical and attractive to look at. So I hope you liked this session. And if you want to learn more and get more resources and tips, I invite you to visit our website, infodiagram.com. There is a blog with lots of slide examples. You can sign up for free sample to get a free sample with some basic diagrams and first icons to get you started. And also you will receive then the email tutorial for 3 days where I'm sharing next tips for slide design, how to choose icons, how to make the slide readable.